Welcome back to my latest pool breakout review. This is going to be a 9-ball breakout review. Smash the like button to support my channel. And today we're talking about intermediate guide to cue ball control. If you haven't checked out the beginner's guide to cue ball control, check that out first because you don't want to miss any steps along the way. But that being said, yeah, check this out. It's very important in this game. More so in 9-ball than almost any other game that I would say, except maybe one pocket. But yeah, this really teaches you, because if you don't get the cue ball in the right place, and we're going to go over a few specifics about how this can be done. This first one, we're talking about spin and angle and the reaction going off 3 rails. Okay, so there we got it over there for the 2-ball. So pretty good, we'll take that. Now, as you know, and is pretty obvious, but it can become easy to forget. When you cut the ball more, and it's at more of an angle, so it's coming off at more of an angle, the cue ball's gonna have a lot more speed than you might expect, and then it can take off on you. So you always got to consider that. If you're cutting it pretty strong, then you really got to consider the speed. It's going to come off a lot quicker than otherwise. And that's probably the biggest factor that you got to think about. So like here, we don't have very much angle at all. So the cue ball's not going to have a lot of speed coming off it. It could have actually gone a little bit further to make it easier for me, but that's pretty good. I drew it back and it came off at a nice angle, kind of toward the middle of the table. It's what we wanted in the spot. We got the 5-ball next here. We got to get shape on the 6. So again, I'm going to have to use some rails here. I'm just kind of checking out exactly how I want to do it. I'm thinking about speed here. And I'm thinking about spin. Spin is the next thing. How the cue ball spins is going to really affect its speed. All right. Now, anytime you're putting draw on the cue ball, it's going to slow it down. And anytime you put follow or top spin, it speeds it up. See how much that slowed it down? That was actually middle ball, so it came a little far. I had a lot of angle coming off that. You can see my disappointment. I wanted it to slow down, but I should have known. But it's hard to tell because you're dealing with 2 rails there. And you're trying to, get it to go some distance. So it's hard to get it perfect. But here I actually have to try to cut it into the side. And this is a very sharp cut, which is going to give it a lot of speed. But I also have to go 3 or 4 rails, up to 4 rails here, to come all the way back around for the 7-ball in order to try to shoot it into the side pocket. So I'm going to actually shoot the 6-ball into the side pocket. And I'm using lower left. Now the low aspect is going to slow it down, but the left aspect is going to speed it up. See, because it's going to spin off the rails. And it didn't quite get there, but I am lined up for the combo here. And the rails are the last factor that I didn't get specifically into, but hitting the rails will slow it down. So you got to take that into account too. The rails are kind of mushy. So yeah, that's the main thing. If you want to slow it down, then you're going to want to put draw on the ball and go off rails. If you really want to kill the speed of the cue ball. If you want to speed it up, then you're going to want to use top spin and get a nice angle on your shot, and also avoid going off rails. Sometimes you do a combo platter and then it'll do one thing like that last shot. So the rails slowed it down, the draw slowed it down, but then the side spin sped it up. And then there we go. We get the combo to go, and that's it. Win the game.